Dive into Hollywood and World War II with our new podcast series, Service on Celluloid. Coming in June of 2018, the National World War II Museum will be launching this captivating historical podcast that takes a deep look at depictions of World War II on film over the last 70-plus years.
Some of those flight scenes are kind of cool, though, in spite of their inaccuracies. And, you know, the P-40s outturning the Zeros and the Zeros getting shot down by the P-40s, which wouldn't have happened. And Zero was, it ruled the skies in the early part of the war. But I think it's entertaining, that much of it.
In-house experts at the museum, along with special guests, will hold lively debates on the merits of treasured classics and smaller films alike.
I wonder if there's something inherently impossible in having a Hollywood movie. Oh, just a movie altogether, and then being historically accurate. Right now, I can't think of a film that really managed to do that 100%.
I think Battleground's one of them. That's
I would agree.
You're going way back now.
Yeah.
That's 1949.
We will tackle films like Fury, Midway, Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List, The Best Years of Our Lives, and 12 O'Clock High. His first mission that he flew was a tough one. It was August 17th, 1943 to Regensburg.
Yep.
And it was a double strike with Schweinfurt, Regensburg, which is depicted in the film. Strangely enough, though, the part of that mission that they depict in the film is Schweinfurt.
Right.
And not Regensburg.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he was in Regensburg.
It's a wild blue yonder, sounds romantic. We even, Air Force has the greatest, I think we'd all agree, the Air Force has the greatest of the service hymns. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. We live in fame or we go down in flames. And that's precisely what was happening. Of course, it was much more the latter, going down in flames, than living in fame at the time.
Hosted by museum experts Rob Satino, senior historian, Christelle Leflaucheur, research historian, and myself, Seth Paradin, historian and digital content manager at the museum, we'll discuss the good and bad of how Hollywood depicts the 20th century's most dramatic event. John Morgan fought this guy off with one hand, flew the airplane with the other, still made it to the target, bombed the damn target, turned around and came home. And the top turret gunner got his arm blown off, and just like they show in the movie, I don't know what the navigator is in the movie, I don't know what his name is, but in reality, the navigator's name was Keith Kosk. And he put a parachute on the top turret gunner and threw him out of the plane, and the guy lived.
There's a lot happening in that opening scene.
Yeah.
And it's all, and this is what I was going to say, it's all based off of fact. So,
right.
And then, there's really nothing in that opening scene that is dramatized. That's what happened. It won't be just our word, though. As an added bonus that only the National World War II Museum can provide, we will be pulling excerpts from the museum's extensive collection of oral histories, so you can hear from the men and women who were there for these iconic events.
When I saw that, there was no way I was going to get off that beach alive. The first thing I saw, a Company B boat on my left, port side, blew up, hit a mine. We were showered with wood, metal, and body parts. When our ramp went down, the signal for every machine gun on that beach to open up on the exit to our ship. So Harold Donaldson, the lieutenant, was gunned down in the boat like you see in Saving Private Ryan. I hit the sand behind the Hedgehog, which is about 130 yards from the seawall, and I observed to my right Private Robert Dittmar, Fairfield, Connecticut. I was yelling. He tripped over the Hedgehog, spun completely around, lying on his back and yelling, I'm hit, Mom, Mother, and then he was silent. We had 85% casualties first 15 minutes. I was wounded 5 times.
There was shelling and snipers, particularly when I arrived. I arrived in the third wave, so D-Day was at 6:30. I got in about 8 o'clock. And by that time, the fighting in the fortifications had already been taken place. So the only thing I had to worry about was artillery and snipers. Matter of fact, I only lost one man on the beach, and he was shot right between the eyes by a sniper. Now the next day, I lost 8, which is half my men. In Aysville and Grisbeck. And that's one of the things that concerns me about the media and so forth. When they show D-Day, usually they talk about Omaha and the carnage that was there, which certainly was. But they make it look like we didn't have any difficulty, really. And we didn't. We lost, the 4th Division lost 197 men there right on the beach on D-Day. But the next day, when we attacked Crisbeck and Aysville, we lost 50% of our men within 3 or 4 days. And like I said, the second day I lost 8. So out of 16 guys. So it was our D-Day. That's what I always say. Our D-Day was really the second day. Yeah.
Service on Celluloid can be found on iTunes and SoundCloud. You can also follow us at Service on Celluloid on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.